I have a brain tumor. Like, I have a brain tumor. But yeah, it was really tricky because no one understood what I was going through because it sounded so severe, and I think people thought I was being dramatic most of the time. Maddie and I both have anxiety. Maddie deals with it way differently than I do. Like, Maddie wants you to distract her.
I can send you the address.
He didn't bring his phone, so...
Oh, I can give you the address.
No need.
Can't hurt.
Might hurt.
Hey guys, it's Jordan Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a bit of a Dance Moms Cast weekly recap where we're going to be talking about quite a few stories that have happened over the last week. So if you're interested in that, make sure to give this video a great big thumbs up. But on today's little smorgasbord, we have Kendall being totally ripped apart and annihilated on her own birthday. We have JoJo Siwa being completely hated on again because of this. We'll get to that in a moment. Kenzie Ziegler finally confirms her breakup with Tacoda and talks about some really, really dangerous situations that she has been in. So if that at all sounds interesting to you, make sure to stick around and let's get right into it. So first off, let's talk about Kendall Vertes and her 21st birthday extravaganza. So Kendall actually headed to Vegas to celebrate her 21st birthday with her mom, Jill, her sisters, Riley, I believe her sister Charlotte was there as well, and of course, Kalani Hilliker from Dance Moms was there as well. In the comments, you would think that maybe people would be celebrating her birthday, saying, "Happy birthday, Kendall," things like that, but that's not exactly what people had in mind, with people saying things like, "Oh no, she's having work done already. Why? What happened to her lips? The work makes 21 look 35. Kayla Cocat says, "My favorite trumpettes. Sad these girls think this is how to get attention. I'm almost 40 with no Botox or fillers yet. Not against it, but it's so obvious, and what are you gonna look like at my age? Be careful. I am telling y'all, this is because I care about y'all. Please do not get any more work done. You're both beautiful naturally." They were both so naturally pretty till they ruined it. Oh my god. Kendall and her plastic. Girl, so young, you don't need all that. Yikes, I'm 20 and look so much younger than this. What went wrong? And Jordan J. Sparks. Oh, look, that's me saying, "Damn, you guys don't even give Kendall Vertes a break on her own damn birthday. Let the girl live." But what do you guys think? Isn't it kind of ruthless that even on her own birthday, she's still getting ripped to shreds in the comment section? Like, people literally have no mercy. Next, we're going to be talking about JoJo Siwa being hated on for setting the internet ablaze, but what's new?
See something cool? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway.
So JoJo recently got together with Tyler J. Cameron, one of her castmates from Special Forces, and he posted saying, "Got at JoJo Siwa in the gym, and she showed me how the thirst trapping is really done. Who should I get in the gym next?" And honestly, the reaction was a little bit split, but as usual, JoJo was completely getting hated on, with some comments saying things like, "I've never been jealous of JoJo, but here we are," and that was one of the more positive comments, but other comments reading things like, "No, not JoJo. What do you people see in her? I can't explain how uncomfortable this made me." And another positive one saying, "This friendship is the best thing to come out of 2023. Someone saying, "Wow, the homophobia and misogyny in these comments," referring to the other comments that were all under this post. "JoJo is fucking gorgeous and hilarious and super fucking talented, period." Somebody else saying, "I never really understood why people liked JoJo so much, but I just finished watching you guys on Special Forces, and she seems like such an upbeat, positive, supportive, genuine person. I don't like the whole colorful, glitzy glam persona she advertised on social media after leaving Dance Moms, but the SF version of her was raw and real, and I was actually so impressed with how she carried herself for being so young. So happy to see that you guys maintained a friendship because she seems like an awesome person when she doesn't feel like she has to maintain the version of herself that made her famous. Plus, she was a beast on Special Forces. Forces. I think out of everyone, you two were consistently some of the best/most reliable performers during the whole season. You took everything in stride. Amazing job by both of you. Hope to see more of y'all together. The duo we never knew we needed, and wait, she's hot. And these are just some photos of Maddie Ziegler from her shoot with Michael Kors. And Brooke posted this to the internet, which I thought was hilarious.
I can't believe someone made a bracket out of us girls. Let's see what we got here. Kendall or Chloe? Just kidding, you guys thought!
And lastly, we're going to be talking about Kenzie Ziegler. She not only actually finally confirmed that she broke up with Tacoda, but she had some dangerous run-ins because of her anxiety. So let's talk.
I grew up on a reality show. I definitely had some struggles during the show and during filming just because I was incredibly anxious, but I had no idea what it meant.
So before we get into what Mackenzie had to say about her breakup with Tacoda, I wanted you guys to hear what Mackenzie had to say about her anxiety in her own words, and then we'll get to the dangerous experience that Mackenzie had.
I would have panic attacks and I would shake a lot, and it was not as bad as it was after I got off the show, but no one really told me what it was. So after I got off the show, I went to therapy when I was 12 or 13, I think it was. And they were like, oh, you 1,000% have anxiety. And I knew that I had something wrong with me because I started to disassociate a lot, which was like really weird for me because I hate being not in control of my body no matter what the circumstances. Like it's a weird feeling. It's an out of body experience that I feel like you only understand if you've disassociated. But I remember the first time I had a really, really bad panic attack where I was like, oh, I know something's wrong with me. You know when you feel that like anxiety wave come, it feels like a wave throughout your entire body. And I just fully felt like high. Like I just felt like I was not there physically. And I just remember like freaking out. I was shaking. I was sobbing. I was also like nonverbal. Like I couldn't speak. Like it was just such a weird feeling for me. And that's when that all started. I'm also a hypochondriac. So the two put together is the worst combo actually ever.
So Mackenzie clearly struggles with some pretty bad anxieties. So do I personally, but do you? And let's get into what Mackenzie had to say about her breakup with Tacoda.
I recently went through a breakup. Woo!
Weird, right?
That's weird. That's really weird. I recently went through a breakup. I was dating someone for a really, really, really long time. The longest I've ever dated someone. Thank you. And it ended pretty okay.
Yeah, I think it ended good.
Yeah, it ended okay, and I mentally was fine because, you know, I've been through this a bunch of times and like whatever, it happens. And that's life. You just have to move on. But my body was like not well. Like it was like my brain was fine. Like I wasn't like I was of course sad. You're gonna be sad, but I was not like sobbing in my bed every day, and like I was going out, I was doing things, I was distracting myself.
So interesting.
And my body was like not registering what was going on. I've never felt that in my life. Like so
crazy.
I was throwing up so much. Like and that was a different, I know a lot of people, one, when they go through a breakup that they experience that, but also like when people have anxiety, sometimes their coping mechanism is throwing up. And I've never had that. And that was the first time where I've had that. And it was very interesting.
So
like,
interesting.
It was just like, remember we'd just be like walking around and I'd be like, Austin, like I am gonna throw up.
So there you have it. Mackenzie has finally opened up and shared her experience of what it was like having her breakup with Tacoda. But have you ever had that response to anxiety where you just feel nauseous and like you're going to throw up? For me, that was my entire second year of college, and I was literally so sick during and before every single dance class that I would feel so sick that I couldn't eat, and sometimes I would even feel like I was going to pass out, and the anxiety just got worse and worse and worse the entire year. But share your experiences down below. But first, let's talk about what Mackenzie had to say about how her anxiety stemmed from her time on Dance Moms. Here's what Mackenzie had to say.
I know a lot of like, I'm scared of performing. I'm like, I get panic attacks before I perform, and like even when I did the USC like dance thing, like I was staring at a stage and I almost passed out. Like it's just, I think that's obviously from being like on a stage and then like being scared I'm gonna get killed when I get off the stage, you know, like that's what that stems from.
But this is the scary part of the video. This is where Mackenzie talks about her experience with anxiety and blacking out on the freeway, which if you guys know who Peter Mon is, he also had an experience where he blacked out on the freeway and people ended up unalived from this experience. So it's definitely nothing to take lightly, but this is what Mackenzie had to say about her experience.
Got my nose done. And I was so excited to get it done. Like, remember, I was like, this is,
Oh yeah.
I'm
Good
gonna,
day.
oh my God, this like changes my whole life, which it did. It really did. But I've wanted it ever since I was a kid. And I went to a lot of doctor's appointments and things beforehand. And I like totally didn't realize like, oh, I have to be put under for this. And like, I scared of passing out, also scared of going under. Same thing to me. I don't know.
Losing control.
Yeah, it's all about just not being in control of my body. And I was on the way to the dentist and I'm driving in my car and I'm like, oh my God, I have to go under. And my surgery was like 3 days after or something. And I start like freaking out, having a panic attack driving in my car. And then I pass out in my car while I'm on the freeway. And thank God I like snapped out of it, because it could have been really bad. I mean, the freeway is like,
That's so fucking
insane.
So insane.
it was so insane. Like I fully I blacked out and I woke up and my car was still going because my foot was on the gas.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. And I like got off on the next exit and I called my mom. And my mom is so funny in these situations, like when I have anxiety, because for Maddie and I both have anxiety. Maddie deals with it way differently than I do. Like Maddie wants you to distract her.
So that is it for today's video, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about everything that we talked about in today's video. And honestly, I just think that it's totally valid to not be driving if you were passing out on the freeway. I probably would never drive again.